morning, boys and girls, and germs and worms of all ages. Well, it's a good start so far. It was supposed to be snow, and there is none so far. That doesn't mean we won't run into it, but at least we're not starting off in it. It's just honky-dory by me. Oh, we're on our way to Kitchener. 542 kilometers to go. Approximately 5.5 hours. Provided we don't run into any slowdowns. We shall find out. Although, I don't think there's going to be much sun today. It's going to be a gloomy day all day, I think. Those are my thoughts on it. Well, I knew it wouldn't take too long before the roads turned to crapola. And getting worse as we go. The lake effect coming off here. Even though we're not quite up by the lake yet. Obviously blowing eastward. Now we just slow her down and keep her steady. No sudden braking, no cruise control, no jake brake. Easy peasy. Steady. Steady wins the race. And it's windy as all hell. Most of this stuff isn't from the fact that it's snowing. It's the freaking wind that's blowing it onto the road. The wind is just howling out there. Stronger and the road's getting a little slicker. It's blowing pretty good there. We increased our distance between me and the truck in front of me. I don't know how well he's showing up in the camera. I know the camera cuts through the snow a little bit better than what it actually is. It's blowing pretty darn good right now. I've seen 4 or 5 vehicles in the ditch. They're remnants from yesterday's storm. Because they just taped them off with yellow tape to say they've been checked by the police. So I'm going to assume they were there since yesterday's, just by the way they've been sitting and covered up already. Not sure how long this blow is going to last. They just pull off in Kingston up here. Have an early lunch. See if we can wait it out a couple hours maybe, I don't know. My theory is, yes, technically we could keep pushing, but you know, why take a chance when you don't need to? You know, well, what? So you could make a couple extra dollars? Should you make it through? What if you don't make it through? What if you lose it and go in the ditch? How much is that going to cost you? You always got to ask yourself, what is it worth to you to push through? And are you willing to take that risk? Or are you that complacent that you think nothing will ever happen to you? It's usually the complacent ones are the ones that end up in the ditch. It's usually not the rookies. It's usually the complacent ones, the ones that have been out here a while. Even though everyone likes to blame the rookies, usually the rookies are the petrified ones and drive slow. Sometimes too slow, but usually they're the ones that drive a lot slower than everyone else. It's the experienced guys, the guys that have become so complacent because they haven't gone in the ditch and, you know, or they've got that good record and they figure, oh, nothing ever happens to them, and they just motor through. They're the ones that usually end up doing the worst. You can tell there's there's a lot of drifting and blowing snow, because I mean, you just look at the center median, it's all piling up there, and on the right side too. Starting to get a little close to Challenger here. I don't like being that close. Yeah, this wind is definitely tossing me around pretty good. Well, here goes one that we may see in the ditch further up the road. Had one earlier pass me like that. About 5 minutes later, she was in the ditch. I didn't have the camera ready for turning on and stuff, so of course now that I do, we won't find one, but that guy's a perfect candidate. Looks like Challenger is sliding a little bit, or he just drifted to the right. It's hard to tell. It's when people bunch up like this that causes the problems. You got a truck up here that's going way too freaking slow. I mean, I know if you're cautious, but going too slow, that's just, get off the highway then. The type of people that cause accidents. They all bunch up, and then when one person freaks out a little bit and jabs the brake, and they all have to jab the brake, and then everyone goes squirrely all over the place. I do not like running in bunches, and that's my recommendation to all of you guys. Do not run in a group. You're in bad weather like this, the more by yourself you are, the better off you are. You can run slow and steady, but getting in a group like that where you get one person running a little too slow and everyone bunching up behind them is going to do nothing but cause trouble. Well, boys and girls, we've come to a very slow pace here. We're getting off at the next exit. Apparently getting all kinds of reports of cars and trucks in the ditch up ahead. Just saw an electronic sign that said the highway was closed. 16 kilometers up. So we are going to stop for lunch and reevaluate after lunch. I may just say screw it for the day. Carry on again in the morning. Bad weather and road conditions aren't worth the trouble. It's the weekend, who the hell cares, right? We get there when we get there. I'm just hoping we got good internet here now. That would be a sucky one if we didn't. I'd be some pissed then, wouldn't I? We're going to get her off here, go to the Flying J. I'm not going to bother with no detours. My motto, better safe than sorry. And I know Celadon usually backs that motto. I'm not too worried about them saying, oh, the load's got to get there. Any of you new guys out there, if you have a dispatcher that tries to push you to drive through this crap, just tell them where to go stick it. And usually that's where the sun don't shine. It's your life, your license. They're safe and sound sitting behind their comfy chair behind their desk where it's warm. You're not. You're out here in the trenches. So we're just gonna call her quits for the day, I think. Probably. So I can't see this clearing up anytime soon. going out on the highway. Alrighty, boys and girls, I decided, yeah, we're calling her quits for now. We'll just take an extended lunch to see if this clears up. Camera cuts through it pretty good, but it's coming down pretty good. I mean, it's more blowing than anything, making the road conditions really sad. I mean, I know in the camera it looks like it's not too bad, but it's pretty slick. Apparently just past the Flying J here, one guy was saying one truck had gone in the ditch with the trailer still on the roadway. I could see that causing a real issue. Someone's not going to pay attention and run into it, you know it. And electronic sign said that the road was closed at 566. We're at the 579. And that there was a detour. Now, whether that was still from yesterday, I don't know. I called out on the radio. Nobody answered me. You know what? I'm not taking any chances. I was thinking of maybe going to Belleville, Trenton, and seeing, and if it got too bad, I was going to pull off there for an extended lunch. But decided we're pulling off here. It's in Napanee. It's the safest thing to do. You know what? Load will get there when I get there. So, plain and simple. I'm not going to be one of these pictures that some of you guys love to post of a truck sitting on its side in the ditch or whatever, and say, oh look, it's a Celadon truck, or oh look, it's a Swift truck again, or whatever. I really don't like that when you guys do that. So, you know, shit happens, these road conditions. I just wish a lot of you guys would learn how to read the road conditions a little bit better and make better decisions as to when to stop, and you wouldn't have these problems. Noticed it again, all of a sudden everybody's starting to bunch up. You know, everyone's following too close, going too fast. You always get the one idiot that goes too fast. If the other people are driving fine, and then you get one idiot that drives too fast, he's the one that loses it and causes everyone else to screw up because they're all bunched up and following too close. So, because they figure if they huddle in a group and drive in a group, they're all safe, right? But they're not. So, anyway, we're gonna start lunch in a little bit. We're gonna just go on the internet and for a little bit, and then see if I can hook up to the weather network and see what's going on there. See what the forecast is. So, that's what we're doing. Alrighty, boys and girls. Tonight's dinner is going to be Lou's Barbecue Company's butter chicken. That's what it is. I know what you're saying. How are you going to do that? It's pretty simple, guys. It comes in a pouch. You boil some water. You put it in there. You let it simmer 5 to 8 minutes. I forgot to look at the clock. That wasn't too smart, was it? 6:13 now. No, it's been in there a couple minutes now. So we'll let it simmer on low heat. Now in the picture it shows rice, but we're not cooking rice tonight. I decided we're going to have mashed potatoes, and then we're going to pour that on the mashed potatoes, and that'll be dinner. Now it says it makes 2 portions, so what I'm going to do is I'll try to divide it in half and put one away for tomorrow night's dinner or whatever, leftovers. So that's what we're having. I'll show you the finished product when we're done. It's really easy for you guys. You don't necessarily need a burner like this to do this, okay? Because it says simmer 8 to 10 minutes afterwards. So you could probably do it, you could probably bring your water to a boil with the kettle here. And at the same time, plug your Burton in, okay? And get your Burton up to heat. So once it's boiling, you pour the boiling water inside the Burton. Put the pouch inside there, close the lid, and let it sit, because the Burton will keep it on simmer temperature. And you could probably do it that way too. I'll have to try that one night, because if this is good the way I think it will be, I will be buying this again. And we'll do it another time. We'll try it the other way for you guys who don't have necessarily a burner, and see how that works. Anyway, I'll show you the finished product in a bit. And yes, we're still at the Flying J. Alrighty, boys and girls, that's what she looks like. Mashed potatoes and the butter chicken. I think I got enough left over for the second meal there, hopefully. I didn't make too much of a mess here. I'm pretty sure that's more than plenty. So, anyways, that's dinner for tonight. And that's it. That's all for today's vlog. Yes, sirree, Bob. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be fully cleared up and we can go, because from what I just heard, the highway's still closed.